Is there any kind of insurance?
Yes, it is insured. It's insured through the city, and then the sculpture group reimburses us for that premium. So it is insured.
Thank goodness.
And Phyllis did notify the insurance company.
The artist has to give us an estimate of what it
Quickly,
costs to repair.
McDonald's back turn-in, is that being, it's McDonald's problem. Then I saw there was a wreck there.
That's McDonald's property.
So can we get on and fix it quicker? It's kind of a busy place.
But yeah, they are taking care of things, so we should.
So, just wanted to report what happened last night. 7:30.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Opposed? Same sign. Motion carried. Thank you.
Here, I was just complimenting none of the pumpkins are smashed here in the parade.
Yeah, I think it's very good.
Someone hooks a chain up to a sculpture.
I had it.
On the back.
You know who the most popular person was at the parade?
They're stealing her statue.
I don't know her. Her name's Candy. All these kids kept yelling her name as was walking down the street. Candy, Candy,
Yeah.
Candy!
They yelled at me when I was walking in, and I happened to have a lollipop.
I heard about that.
I went up, Candy, get it, Candy. See, I didn't have this one. Get it out of my mouth.
I saw you do that. They all go, ooh!
Hey, Bob and Bob, did you guys hear about the sculpture and everything? Did you? Okay.
Did they actually get it?
Yeah, it's ruined. It's ruined. Yeah, $14,000 it's insured for, and then the base is busted up, so $500.
The horse?
The horse, record court in second.
Just back the people up to it and tried to steal it?
Yeah, he pulled it. He hooked it up to the sculpture itself, and then when he pulled it about 10 feet, and finally it broke loose from the concrete base. And he drove it another 5 blocks. He went down Court Street to 3rd over to Madison over to 4th, and around the service complex somewhere. He finally stopped.
Was he drunk?
I don't know. My opinion is he's drunk or high, or both. I don't know. Yeah. After that, after he got it in his trunk, he came back and hooked up to the Eagle on the north corner. He's going to get another one. And that's when the cops showed up and asked him what he was doing.
And it was 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was 1 or 2 in the morning.
I hope JB hands it to him heavy.
I do too.
It happened to be Greg Mendez, it was called.
Yeah,
So he booked that.
We will, I think.
Let it be known.
Yeah.
Don't mess with our sculptures.
It's insured.
JB will be pissed.
Okay, we're still
All out there, man.
Call the meeting to order. Roll call, fellas.
Ken Collier.
Here.
Bill Crump.
Here.
Van Dyer.
Here.
Tyler Fulenkamp.
Here.
Ken Meyer.
Here.
I'd like to invite everyone to stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The minutes of the October 20th meeting were all emailed. Do we have any additions or corrections to those minutes?
Make a motion to accept him as emailed.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. We also had a special meeting on October 27th. Those minutes were sent out, is that right, fellas? Everybody had a chance to read those, so if so, do we have any additions or corrections to those minutes?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. The last meeting, we had our 2-year CEDAT plan. We approved ordinance 2015-16 on its first and second reading, and it's up for third and final reading, if you so desire.
Move that ordinance number 2015-16 be placed in its third reading by short title.
Second. Motion second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
these last time.
Motion carried.
You did quite well.
Good. Ordinance number 2015-16, short title, a capital improvement plan for the city of Decatur for calendar years 2016 and 2017.
Move that ordinance 2015-16 be passed on its third reading.
Second.
Motion and a second, we'll have a roll call vote, please.
Jim Collier.
Yes.
Bill Crown.
Yes.
Pat Dyer.
Yes.
Tyler Fulenkamp.
Yes.
Ken Meyer.
Yes.
Ordinance 2015-16 is adopted. I'm going to defer to Cam here, and I apologize for not telling you ahead of Cam, but we were talking about the Innovation Center and gathering. They're going to have a meeting at the Innovation Center. The Northeast Indiana Innovation Center is located up close to IPFW. Anyhow, it's what it says. It's the Innovation Center. Oh, thank you, Melissa. I was going to put Cam on the spot. We're going to put Melissa on the spot. Thank you. It's called the Entrepreneurship Celebration.
Didn't want you to have one.
That's okay.
If you can get one here, give mine to the media. Please. Thank you. Oh, you don't have one either. So anyhow,
You may have to
what they're
share.
doing, they're going to have
Share
an
it
event
now.
up there, and they're selling tables, basically, for sponsorship of 66 tables going to be available. I think it's important that we support this effort. Another group, a group from Decatur is also getting together, and they're going to rent or sponsor a second table. But I guess I'm asking for permission for a sponsor table. Cam or Melissa, you want to add something to that? I didn't do a very good job.
Well, just that this is brought to our attention from Greg Kitson, but obviously with their business accelerator and what we're trying to accomplish at Second Street Lofts, it's important to get involved with this. The Nick, I've spoken to him several times. I mean, they're very supportive of what we're trying to do. Perhaps even being the Center for Excellence in Rural Entrepreneurialism, as the director of the NIC pointed out. But that's one of the reasons. So because of that, and Tech Careers being involved with that, but a couple other businesses locally have sponsored. That's where the other tables come from. I'm missing. So
Other businesses, Kitson and who else?
Biggs, Kevin Biggs is one of the persons. I think Keith Gerber.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure who the other ones
Good.
are, but I'm not sure when this event is.
April 6th.
In April 2016, the final date is not the
Oh, okay.
final.
That's why it's not on here.
According to a list from the 2015 sponsor list, there were no community sponsors, so I think this is a unique opportunity for us to the city of Decatur and Connect to Careers in the Creative Engagement Center to show our support and involvement.
What's the sponsorship fee?
$750 per table.
Oh, okay.
We're requesting that city council sponsor a table with the
Right, okay,
understanding that
yep.
the community is coming up with funds for the second table.
Yeah.
Ideally split 3 ways.
So,
Where?
where do we get the money from, fellas? I always ask you this. Probably CCD, CCI, rainy day.
Or you guys have a promotional account for next year. Council does, and goes from there.
I'd say the council.
I'd say the mayor.
I'd say council.
I'd say council. I won't be on it. Regardless, I won't be on it.
So, I think it's a great thing to support the Innovation Center. Like Cam had mentioned, they've been very supportive of us. They've been there backing us, putting good words in for us in the region. So, and it's a good event. Good event. Good for Northeast Indiana. Good for Northeast Indiana. Good for Decatur.
I'll make a motion to sponsor a table for the event for $750
Second.
From
Go ahead.
council.
Promotional funds.
Second.
Second. Motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Both same sign. Motion's carried. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope this will be paid until next year.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
I was just looking for that. It doesn't,
Can
there's
I
no
have a
deadline.
copy of that?
Here.
Here, you can have this one here. Right now, there's no date. There's no date established yet.
It's kind of hard to write when it's...
Okay. Melissa, could you inform them that we are supportive of that?
I will.
We'll have the date and the invoice is ready, that's fine. Another financial issue is Decatur was awarded $500 grant from the Adams County Community Foundation for flags, to update the flags. Les, would you want to address that? Anyhow, which is great. We want to definitely thank the foundation for their support of the flags. The only other thing is $500 isn't quite enough to do what we need. We may need a few $100s more. Is that correct?
Yeah, the fire department's always kind of been responsible for the placement of the flags uptown, and a few years ago, we decided to fly them from basically a week before Memorial Day through Veterans Day. Well, they're up that whole time, and they do take some abuse, but I personally feel it looks great, and I think it's but there is some expense to that too. So Melissa was able to get a foundation grant. What I would like to do is just take it on as a fire department responsibility. I mean, if we're talking maybe a few $100s a year or so, and certainly there's somewhere where I can find a sustainment for that.
Out of your budget,
Out of
that's
the
currently
budget.
there. So, yeah. So you're not asking for any new money.
No, and I don't think it's going to be anything that's, it could be some sticks one year, but as those flags start to get deteriorate a little bit.
Yeah, should replace them.
And so we want to make sure that what we're flying looks good, and we're not flying something uptown.
Well, I wanted to bring this up really to thank the Community Foundation, Adams County Community Foundation, and Melissa for applying for this.
And
So
we'll run, and this will be, it's through the volunteers is where the grant came from, is it's
Good,
awarded to
good,
the
good.
volunteer organization. But
okay.
just that, make aware that this probably won't be every year, correct?
Some of the flags that are up now are more than cotton, and the order that we did was more than nylon.
Yeah.
They should be able to endure the weather a little better.
And our chances of getting this foundation grant every year may or may not be, but
Yeah.
I think
All right.
we can support
Okay.
that
Good.
through the fire budget. So
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Right now, the building department, when they get somebody that comes in and wants a permit, things, they do not have cash to get changed. They always have to come over to the utility department, get the change, go back over to their department. And as a convenience, it'd be nice if we could allow them to have a cash change fund, which, $50 maybe, fellas? $50. And that way they wouldn't have to be running back and forth. They can serve the customer a little bit easier. But you have to do that by resolution. So it's Resolution 2015-19. It establishes this $50 fund that the building department can have on hand to make change, basically. So I need a motion really to introduce Resolution 2015-19.
So moved.
Motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried.
Resolution number 2015-19, short title, Resolution of the Common Council of the City of Decatur, Indiana, authorizing and establishing a cash change fund for the Building and Planning Department.
Now we need a motion to approve Resolution 2015-19.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried. Thank you. At the last meeting, we approved expenditure to fix the boilers out of Riverside Center, but we never determined which fund it was coming out of. So it will come out of the CCD fund, but we need to make that a matter of record. That was $8,000 some odd dollars. I can't remember the exact amount. $89.60. $89.60, almost $9,000. So anyhow, we need a motion basically to okay that it's coming out of the CCD fund.
So moved. Second.
Motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. Annually, we give out Decatur dollars to our city employees as a little Christmas gift. That's up again. We are asking for $2,540 total. That comes $540 total, Decatur dollars, and that gives $30, $30 to all full-time employees and $20 to part-time employees. And again, no elected officials receive any funds whatsoever. So, I don't know, how do we do that, folks? Just, you need permission, or?
Yeah,
Just
if
a
we want to
motion.
continue to do that.
Yeah, just a motion to basically approve that.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. My report here, really I want to thank the Californian Committee. There's three main people there that really put a lot of time and effort. Mike Gunn, Linda Morris, and Mary Freed. They really put a lot of effort in it, and it was a wonderful parade this year. It just was great weather, a lot of entrance, and it was just good. We need to thank them for putting it all together. It just doesn't happen overnight, so I think it worked out well. We had the lobby open here for restrooms. I don't know how much it was used, but I did see some people coming in and out of that, so it was, that's what the lobby was really kind of designed for, so thank you guys for that. The next item we have is a discussion on annexation. I'm going to ask Nate to come forward, and we'll talk about what we're going to do as far as annexation, or attempt to do anyhow. Yeah. Go ahead, Nate.
Yes, well, we've been in discussion with Christie Church to continue the program as far as annexing properties in and around Decatur. We've got a number of areas that we've looked at in the past. Two areas that we're going to target with this annexation services contract is to go after the area of the Judicial Center, the County Judicial Center. As you are aware, it's outside city limits, but there's utilities that have been extended over. The county has made requests that they'd like to have that brought into the city limits. To do so, though, the process of the state has changed significantly as far as annexation law. So what I'd like to do is hire Christie Skirts to assist with this. Now that we've been through annexation already recently with the hospital, which is quite a bit of I'm going to be doing as part of this annexation plan. But we're also going to look at another property so we can kind of double up our money and work on properties on northwest Winchester Road. There's a number of properties that have been connected to city water and sewer, and next to Cross Creek subdivision. So one of the properties we talked about is the Sullivan property there. The gentleman that Legion actually requested to be annexed at one time. We're working with them on trying to bring that property, and there's a number of other properties that are part of that we're bringing. So it'll be two areas under one contract with Christie, hopefully, to develop this plan.
Okay. So the annexation on northwest Winchester Road goes from the current property, or current city limits.
Correct.
Okay. Which is just past, Tim, your street. What's your street?
Canterbury.
Canterbury. Just past Canterbury to the north, or west. I guess it's west.
West, yeah, there's essentially a gap. There's a portion that we have of Winchester Road on the northwest, this Cross Creek subdivision, and there's an area there in the older part of town, or Canterbury. There's like a hole there that we have that this annexation would fill in on Winchester.
So right now, before we get to the bridge, heading out
Before
of
we get to
town,
the bridge,
there's three houses on the right, there's one house on the left that's not in, and we include those. Then you go across the bridge, there's two houses on the left, and then you go on to Sullivan's property, which is a little farther down, and a little piece of Cross Creek addition.
Yeah, there's a little
Meadows
part
across
of the
Creek.
golf course that was not brought in, that's behind that.
So that's one area, all of those houses in there.
It's kind of an odd-shaped piece, but it kind of fills the jigsaw puzzle with this city limits.
Okay. And then the other area is out by the new county jail, and there's two houses
There's two
right there
houses
on
that would be kind of
Winchester Street.
surrounded by what the county purchased that would be part of that
Okay.
annexation, so.
They have made the annexation laws a lot difficult to get through, but I think these are hopefully going to be voluntary, super voluntary
That's the goal.
annexation.
Yeah.
So
So this agreement with Christie essentially is to help develop the financial impact study. Also is the participation in all of the public notices and legal notices and advertising and the ordinance preparation that we kind of go through. So there's a number of steps. It'll be no secret to anybody when the annexation finally happens because of the
So there's
number of advertisements that have to go on.
This professional services contract with Christie Sturts here that Nate's really asking for, and it's for actual work completed according to the consultant's invoices, but not to exceed $12,500 for the performance of the work specified. So, up to $12,500. Nate's going to do most of the work, hopefully. Hopefully that figure will come down.
Yeah.
Just as a point of clarification, I mean, they're requesting this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I think we need to approve the contract with Christie Sturts to assist Nate in getting the annexation process going.
I don't know how. Have all the properties on Winchester Road requested to be annexed?
I don't know about two. The two when you go across the bridge on the left. I don't know about those two.
But all of them on the right, all the way out to the bridge have been? Okay, cool.
I think if they haven't, at least at the very least, it's on waivers of right for months. So,
And there's one there, I don't mean to put Les on the spot, but his daughter, she lives right there where it used to be Floyd Reed's old house. Bobby, you know where that is, but that's not in the city, so we should clean that up and
and
have
just
that
because
in
they're
too.
within these areas isn't a guarantee that they would be annexed. Essentially, this is the schematic area. We're going to look at, as we develop the financial impacts, that look at those, and properties may be added to that limits or may be reduced as we develop the plans.
So, we need a motion. I'm not sure where these funds come from.
That's a good question.
Well,
Where did it come from when we did the hospital?
Well, that's, Phyllis is good, but she doesn't have a photographic memory and knows where that...
You're supposed to, John.
I think it was CCD funds, so we would need a motion to approve the professional services contract with Christie Sturts for $12,500 from the CCD fund.
Up to that.
Up to.
Did the hospital ever reimburse us?
This would be,
Because they
Never was.
offered to pay the fiscal study for the hospital.
Right. Right, so we're looking at CCD,
Right.
and that, it was 12,000, I'm sorry, 1,000.
$12,500, up to $12,500.
All right, I'll make a motion to authorize $12,500 through CCD for contract with Christie Sturts to continue with the annexation.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried. Thank you, Nate.
okay.
Department head reports. We'll go to Dan.
I did break the code. Nothing.
Great. Les. Jeremy's got something.
Leaves.
Leaf collection is definitely in full swing. For some reason, we've been noticed in the last several days that there's been a lot of leaf burning within the city limits. I just want to remind everyone that there is no burning within the city limits. How we're handling these, I talked with Jim Hitchcock today from the fire department. If we get a complaint, they're going to go down. All I'm going to do is contact the fire department.
Go put it out.
They're going to go down and put it out. There's been places where it's just hanging with smoke. In a lot of these neighborhoods, people need to understand that there is no burning. It affects people in a lot of different ways due to allergies, due to asthma, and so on and so forth. We run the collection service every day. We run 2 trucks every day. We're in these neighborhoods very frequently. There's no reason to burn.
They cannot even burn on their own property,
No.
right?
No. So, just kind of want to make you guys aware of that. Bill Carball and I is working on a couple little projects, kind of finishing up some little odds and ends over the last few years when we started working on the signs and looking at the ordinances and stuff. There's a few little things that we need to add with, it's already added in the ordinance with just updating and changing some little signages here and there, so we're going to be working on those over the next few weeks. Also, probably the only major change is it's proposed in the ordinance on 11th Street from Jackson to Nutman. That's a very narrow street. It's always been very challenging to do snow removal. It's very challenging to get a fire truck down through there. There's times when they're parked on both sides and they're away from the curb that you can't even get through there. That was proposed that we limit the parking to just the west side of the street. So we're going to be in touch with those landowners over the next week or so to make sure that they're aware of it, and we're going to post those signs.
So in the ordinance, it allows that in our ordinance?
It's in the ordinance.
So
We changed
we
that.
just never,
We just never got the signs out.
Okay.
So that's in that little package that we're doing with all of
Okay.
them. There's some truck route signs that need to be adjusted. Some of the truck routes were made a little longer, so they need to be added to some clarity on some of the signs, so.
okay.
Jeremy,
what's that?
quick question. I had this asked, and I think I know the answer, but I thought you may want to share this too. What, can you put grass clippings out with the leaves?
Yes.
What about like flowers or pulled out of
Yeah.
planters, things like that?
We're just not running just the grass collection, the yard waste collection at this point. Goes in
So just put it out in the street and it'll get picked up?
We're around frequently, so there's really not an issue with,
Like bedding plants, all that kind of thing can all go
Yeah,
up?
but you wouldn't want to put in limbs from a tree or something like that.
That's on separate
Soft.
collection. We
You can put it out there, but put it in a separate pile.
We normally try to pick the limbs and the brush up on Fridays, so, but leaves are every day, and the guys are really at it pretty hard.
All right, good, thank you. Nate, you got anything you want? Okay. Ann? Roger? Bill? Melissa? Any comments from the city council members?
I'll make one. I just want to publicly make a comment about a former eyesore here in town and how great it's looking now. It was called the Craig property. I think they're now kind of referring to it as the Niblick property. And Greg and Barb Plumbing, if you drive by that place almost daily, you can just see it looking better and better and better. And I'm just so proud that they have stepped up and bought that place. It's exciting.
The last couple months, it's really made an obvious change, so yeah, thank you. It's very good. Anybody else? Public? Anybody? Mr. Becker? Mary? Hi. Great? Nothing. Philip? Tim? No?
No?
Going twice? Right? I'm done. Clay?
Make a motion, the claim to be paid as advertised.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion's carried.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion second to adjourn, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, same sign, motion carried.